Okay, so we'll be continuing from our tissues and membranes. All right, we were dealing with organization of life, and in our previous videos we've discussed cells, we've discussed some tissues, epithelial tissue to be precise. All right, so today we're going to be discussing a very important tissue that you need to know, and that is connective tissue. Connective tissue. Stay with us, okay? Stay with us and watch till the end, because that is when you'll be able to pick the whole everything you need to know about the very topic. Now, what are connective tissues? Just as the name sounds, connective. These are tissues that play a very vital role in connecting structures to each other, connecting organs to each other. Very vital role in supporting, that they play a very vital role in supporting structural framework in the body, right? With the functions of these connective tissues, they function for support, they function for insulation, they function for even as much as helping to regulate weight and all of those in the body, because there are a lot of connective tissues we're going to be looking at. All right, good. So we're going to be looking at the classification of connective tissues, the classification of your connective tissues. Here I'm going to be classifying connective tissues into two different groups. Follow me. The first classification, the first group, is the connective tissue proper, and then the second one are the specialized connective tissues. Follow me, there's a reason why I classified it like this. All right, the first class is the connective tissue proper, the second class are the specialized connective tissues. Okay, good. Now the connective tissue proper will now be classified into two groups. The first is the loose connective tissues, and the second is the dense connective tissue. The loose connective tissues and the dense connective tissue. Is that okay? Good. Now, what is the loose connective tissue? When you hear the word loose, what does it mean? Loose. It means that this particular connective tissue has their fibers loosely packed together. You're going to be seeing some of the diagrams on the screen. It has the fibers loosely packed together. So have you ever seen a sponge, a bathing sponge before? Good. Now, have you tried to dip that bathing sponge in water and then brought it out? Do you notice that it does not retain water because the network, the meshes are loosely packed together? It's like it is basket-like. It's not dense. That's how a loose connective tissue meshwork is. All right, it has the fibers loosely packed together. An example of some of the structures or some of the structures that serves as loose connective tissue, example can be your adipose tissues. That's a major example. Adipocytes, your adipocytes, adipose cell. Those cells are examples of cells that are bound together by loose, examples of loose connective tissue. All right, your adipocytes, when they come together under your skin, you can find the adipose tissues. All right, good. That's a very clear-cut example of a loose connective tissue. Now, when we come to dense connective tissue, what is a dense connective tissue? Right opposite of your loose connective tissue. This has their fibers tightly packed together. All right, another characteristics of a dense connective tissue is that it has more fiber than the loose connective tissue. It has more fiber than the loose connective tissues, and the fibers and the cells are tightly packed together. Good. Now, have you seen a foam before? Good. Have you dipped that foam into water and brought it out? You see, it has the ability to take in a lot of water because the fibers and the network are tightly packed together. As against the sponge that has openings and loose networks, you see a foam has a thick network. So that's what a dense connective tissue looks like. It is compacted. Okay, it has a tightly packed framework, fibers that are tightly packed together. Right, examples of some of these some of the structures you find in the dense connective tissue are your tendons and your ligaments. Okay, of course, tendons and ligaments. What you should know the difference between tendon and ligaments. Tendon connects muscle to bones, ligaments connect bones to bones. Is that all right? Good. So these are very, and another characteristic of the dense connective tissue is that They are very, 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 even though they are very flexible, but they are tough. So the toughness is as a result of the tightly packed network of fibers. All right, that is the reason why it is dense. Now, the second classification of connective tissue, which is a specialized connective tissues, these are the bones, your blood, and your lymph. There are some other persons, another school of thoughts that classified connective tissues into just two, which is a loose and dense connective tissue. But what I prefer, how I prefer to classify is according to this way I did it: connective tissue proper and then specialized connective tissue, because these specialized connective tissue are like they're in a special class of their own. They're not properly under the class of connective tissue. All right, that's why we classify this under specialized connective tissue. So you have your bone, you have your lymph, okay, your lymph and your blood. Is that okay? So another thing you need to know about the dense connective tissue is that the dense connective tissues has two types of fiber. We have the fibroelastic, the fibrous fiber, and the elastic fiber. Okay, those are the two kinds of fiber you will find in the dense connective tissue: your fibrous fiber and your elastic fiber. And there are several organs and structures that these fibers can be found in, but I think this is the basic knowledge you need to know about your connective tissues. So if you have any question, please do well to put it in the comment section and we'll attend to them. Then if you have any other topic you want to be expatiated on, please do well to put it in the comment section. We'll attend to it too. Subscribe to our channel, like and share to your friends. We'll see you in the next class. Bye.